Hello everyone, this is Jimmy and welcome to episode 32 of FTB Interactions. Last episode we landed here on Aurelia and I haven't had a chance to fly around yet, so let's go around and see what this planet has to offer us. First of all, what are these things? What are they made of? Crystal blocks. Oh cool. So these are the blocks that we can pulverize for like the actual additions, crystals, and stuff like indium dust. Although at this point, honestly, if I need more indium dust than I get from my void miner, ow. What hit me? Ow. Hey, don't shoot lasers at me, that's rude. Anyways, if I need more indium than I get from my laser miner, I'm probably just going to get it from a mass fabricator. Alright, but it's cool to see these around. Packed ice. These things are huge though. Alright, whatever. My primary goal is to find a dungeon because I want the dungeon loot. What is this? I assume this is more... Oh, vitrified sand. This is unique to this planet, so I may as well gather some up. It's used to craft... I don't know. Something or another. There's this quest here for it, which seems to imply it may have uses, although I don't see them. These are just covers, more covers. We can make sandy glass the normal way. We can make sandy glass. Unless there's a recipe hidden in the painting machine outputs. That would be a very clever place to hide a recipe, although I doubt it very much. I had a thought that maybe it was used in one of these multi-blocks, like the modular machines multi-blocks, because the blocks that they use don't show up in JEI. But I looked through all the ones I think could be reasonable, like the 0-point matrix or something, but no, none of them use vitrified sand. So I'm not sure what that quest's getting at, but I guess I'll have some on hand for later if I find what it's for. As far as ore generation goes, this planet seems to have relatively normal veins. So this is a tin vein, if I recall. There's one vein on this planet that isn't found anywhere else, and that is the Naquadah vein, or I don't even know how this stuff is pronounced. Naquadah? Can we... No, these items exist, but the ore doesn't seem like you can process it that way, huh? But yeah, I would love to get some of this ore because it processes down into Naquadah and enriched Naquadah, both of which I want greatly. But I believe it's a rather rare vein on this planet. Fortunately, it does have a surface marker, which is like the little piles, kind of like these. But this one is uranium. I mean, I'll happily take a uranium vein too. I guess let's take this up. Veins on this planet are ginormous. This uranium vein doesn't end. Like, I mine it and there's more, and I mine it and there's more. I found the end finally. But yeah, there's a lot of uranium in here. A lot of uranium. Once I get it all collected up, I'll show you how full not our storage scanner, but our modular storage is from it, I guess. I mined out this entire cavern you see here to get all the uranium. Obviously the vein's a little bit smaller than this entire area, but the grand yield is 110 stacks of stuff. Some of it is mob drops we can ignore, but over 100 stacks of ores. About maybe 25% is uranium-235. That's the good stuff. Uranium-23 I think can also contain some 235, and thorium is... I mean, I guess it turns into uranium-238 ore. Wait. Thorium ore turns into 238. Oh. I see, which turns into dense uranium ore, yada yada yada. But I think this will, yeah, as a byproduct, it will produce 235. Uranium-235 is the good stuff because it can be turned into ingots, and then there is I think it's use it in fluid form. No. Here it is. You combine uranium-235 with hydrofluoric acid to get uranium hexafluoride, and this makes steam at a literally ridiculous rate. 67 millibuckets per tick. I think this can power a couple of the large steam turbines, which means each one produces maybe 20,000 EU a tick, maybe 15,000. So yeah, and this only uses 1 millibucket of uranium hexafluoride per. I mean, I guess it's per tick if you use all the steam, but anyways, it's very very good. This requires you to process a lot of uranium. Even the sand that makes up the surface of this planet is pretty valuable. It's apparently highly radioactive because it contains stuff like plutonium and uranium in it. But this is another source of Naquadah, plutonium, uranium, the other plutonium. I don't know. There's no like chemical or no nuclear reactor in this pack, so all these exotic plutonium alloys, or not alloys, isotopes, seem less valuable than they normally would be. Because yeah, I don't see any particularly special uses for this stuff. Oh well. Oh, here it is. The vein I've been looking for. Naquadah vein. So I mean, even the surface deposits give something. So may as well grab this first, and then we'll dig down and see how big it is. Well, we can see how big it is with the scanner. That's a lot of mobs. That looks massive. Alright, let's get down there. Yeah, the vein is absolutely massive. Surrounded on all sides almost. It consists of mostly this Naquadah ore, but every now and then there's some enriched stuff. And I think the enriched stuff is what's really juicy. This is what we need to ultimately power our, let's see, enriched. Oh, it can even give Naquadria, which I believe is even better. But enriched Naquadah dust. How do I do this? Eventually, this is used to make our fuel even better. Yeah, we can take infused nitrodiesel with aluminium and enriched Naquadah and get a quadratic fuel. That just sounds really cool. I found that it's much more efficient to use your Terra Shatter without having a mana tablet in your inventory, and then afterwards put a mana tablet in your inventory to repair it. I think the mana consumption rate when you just use it with a tablet in your inventory doesn't account for unbreaking. So when you have a high level of unbreaking on your pickaxe, it's better to let the mana repair it after the fact, at least until you run out of mana. Total yield from that vein was a little over 200 stacks again. Can this ore... Yeah, none of this ore can be 64x'd, unfortunately. Maybe that would be a little too good. The Uranium 235 can. And in fact, that will probably allow us to produce an infinite amount of uranium hexafluoride. I've had that Crimson Praetor boss bar up for a bit, and I've been trying to find where this dungeon is. At least I presume it's a dungeon. But right in front of me here, I think this is a dragon nest. So let's bust in. Oh, there's a lot of bad guys here. Ah, and yes, a dragon. Pew pew. This is a good weapon. I have so much reach that I can accidentally click on the chest. Alright. Hey dragon bro. How you doing? He's tough. Just kidding, he's dead. Alright, I'm gonna clean this stuff up. I think it's these nests that you can like get a baby dragon in or something, right? Or tame a dragon or something? I don't know exactly how that works. Anyways, I'm gonna kill everything here and then harvest the dragon. Get his heart or whatever. Got a bunch of scales, flesh, a heart. And there's a bunch of chests here, so I mean I may as well just see what's in them, right? I can remote loot them anyways. We'll throw that out. But if we just take our storage scanner. But yeah, this just looks like the vanilla, the regular like dragon loot. Whatever, fire and ice mod loot. It's pretty unremarkable. Ooh, a diamond sword. Wow, an enchantment table. There's a platinum vein here, and it doesn't look very small, but I don't think I need more platinum. I have tens of thousands of platinum dust already, so we'll leave it be. On the moon and the other planet we visited, I've relied pretty heavily on the map to find dungeon entrances, like they're big blocky things. However, on this planet, all these crystal spires are also big blocky things. It makes it kind of difficult to find dungeons. Oh, is this one? That looks like one. Let's go see. It's exactly in the direction I'm headed. Yeah, sure looks like one. Are these red matter blocks? Oh, they are! Whoa, that makes me really happy. Alright, so I guess I don't need to... I was worried I'd have to make a lot of red matter for draconium. I was like, wow, that's going to be one hell of a project. But no, you just mine red matter blocks from dungeons here. Apparently my pickaxe isn't high enough level for that. Anyways, that's really cool. I'm going to clean up a bit here and grab my red matter blocks. None of my pickaxes have the sufficient mining level to mine them. So I have no clue what mining level... I mean, it says level diamond. Here, let's get a diamond pickaxe? Yeah. That seems like a reasonable pickaxe. Nope, a diamond pickaxe is not level diamond. Yeah, I don't know what material I need to mine that. But it's here, so we'll keep an eye on it. It's not going anywhere, right? And indeed, there are boatloads more red matter blocks down inside the dungeon. Of course, I'm going to take a quick look in here. Just it's a very open place. Is this more? No, this is a different fluid. I wonder what that fluid is. Get a bucket. Ah, liquid nightmares. Of course. Anyways, using my tried and true method of using a storage scanner to loot the dungeon, I'll go through and grab anything of particular value. And in fact, I'll even take the food. I'm hungry right now. It's been a while since I've had to eat, but I guess all that mining got to me. One more dungeon cleared out. The loot wasn't particularly exciting, but 0-point matrices, I think these... They take, first of all, well, they take ZPM energy, being ZPMs, but they can directly turn dust into the fluid form. Very quickly, in fact. I wonder if this could be done with a... Because it's a one-tick operation, what are the energy input hatch? You just need capacity to be this high, right? But no, that is bigger than a LUV capacity. So you do need a ZPM input hatch to do this operation. What else does this multi-block entail? Naquadah coils? Yeah, I don't know. We can look into it later. It exists. What does this input hatch entail, I guess? Requires... Oops, not those. What is this material? Iridium. I can make iridium. Huh. Well, keep it in the back of your mind. And of course, I got more of those efficiency runes that I called useless before. But I think if you have enough of them, you don't have to worry about underproducing blood. And 4 more brings me closer to having enough of them. So you know what? Not useless. Wait a second. I was all excited about red matter blocks. I don't think you can turn red matter blocks back into red matter. Again, unless there's something I'm missing here. That's awkward. It's tough to put into words how happy I was when I saw those red matter blocks, and then how devastated I was when I discovered that they cannot be turned into liquid red matter. Oh well. I'm going to fly around here a little bit more. It is super laggy. I think the fluid does a poor job of having this much of it exist. But so be it. Is that a flower I found before? Yeah, it is. Alright. I don't know how much Aurelia specific dungeon loot there is, but I want to go through at least one more dungeon here and, you know, see what I get. At this point, I've cleared out 3 dungeons, each of these C's. I've also crashed my game 3 times from terrain generation. Yeah, terrain generation in this dimension is really rough, so I basically, I think it's mostly the water. If I try to fly over the water, well, not the water, but the molten obsidian, it'll crash almost guaranteed. So it doesn't like generating huge amounts of that, which is fine. I mean, there's nothing in the water, right? As far as I can tell. So don't fly over water. Anyways, nothing terribly unique to speak of from loot. I was hoping to get these constellation papers. The most recent patch said that plain constellation papers come from dungeon loot from the moon and beyond, but I haven't found any, so I don't know if they're just really rare or if I'm unlucky, but there's still always a backup plan of crafting them. It's just that they take, I don't know, they're kind of a pain to craft. You have to go get a lot of stuff, and you can't just encode a recipe and apply to logistics and hit the, make one for me button. Oh well, I think I've spent enough time derping around here, though. We've had a good look around, gotten a few valuable things. Let's head back to the overworld and start putting those valuable things to use. First off, let's empty up my 2 modular storages back into my AE system. One is full of ores and one is full of dungeon loot. Now that we're back, let's do something I forgot about doing for a while. Now that I have access to osmium, I can make field generators, which means I can make the handy bag. There's a lot of text there. These just make your inventory bigger. So we can start with the regular one, and then we can upgrade it to the large one. At least I see no reason we wouldn't be able to. What is this item? Yeah, let's do that. It's handy bag time. So start with the regular one. Ooh, don't craft it with the bag that has my stuff in it. Use the bag that doesn't have my stuff in it. Let me double check. Yep, that's an empty bag. I would have been real sad if I used up this bag, because there's some pretty important things in here, like my charge porter, ritual diviner, I don't know, a bunch of stuff in here. This is a very important bag. Anyways, that was a quest that apparently doesn't have rewards. Womp womp. Alright, well, I guess you have to put memory cards in here to actually hold items. But I don't want this charge. I don't want this bag. I want the upgraded bag. So let's see. Ender alloy. Yeah, none of this is stuff we can't make it. I have to probably do some processing, but we can make the advanced bag. Honestly, I don't know what's advanced about it. And I'm not about to read that much text to find out. I'm not sure if I'll actually be able to do this craft. This uses horologium in the background, as you can see with the hourglass, and I actually haven't discovered horologium yet. I do have a horologium attuned crystal from a quest reward, but yeah, putting it in there doesn't actually work. So I think I have to discover the constellation. Yikes. Alright, let's at least make the constellation paper for horologium. And see if, let's see, I want this one. See, oh, well, that doesn't help. See if that's enough for me to discover or to learn about the constellation. I don't know. I might have to go actually find it in the night sky. That'll be a bit more difficult. Crafting the paper now. When it's done, I should pick it up and it'll say like you've discovered a constellation or something like that. You've memorized the drawing of. That's wrong constellation. Whoops. Let's try that again. This time I should get the right constellation. There we go. So you've memorized a drawing of. Is that enough for me to use this crystal? Doesn't appear to be. Yeah, I have to actually discover the constellation. That's a bit more difficult because horologium comes up once every 36 days. And without a way to control time, I can't skip the night. So I guess I don't get to make the advanced bag yet. Alright, well now that I've discovered horologium, what I should do is every night I should come here and check my telescope and see if it's up. But it just became daytime. In order to use the handy bag, then I need to put memory cards in it. That's what actually hold the items. I think they're kind of like the storage cells from AE2. The bigger the memory card, the more items it holds per stack. So put one there. Haha. Now, oh, I guess you get 4 different inventories. As you see there, it says it holds 4096 items per stack. So let's get a bunch of something. Iron dust. Can I put multiple I can. Wow. So yeah, it just holds more items. I can also, let's see, move to bag. Yeah, that's the shift click condition I want. So shift clicking it moves to the bag. And then, but I guess that means I lose the ability to shift click from here to here. That's fine. So yeah, this is just more storage space. And I'm making more of these memory cards. So can I... and then I can switch between them. So like I can store all my tools in here. And all my, I don't know what else. But yeah, it's just a lot more inventory space, I guess is the point. So I can probably store items in here instead of in my satchel. Although I like having my satchel, I don't know. I think I'll put commonly used tools and weapons in slot 1, other stuff in slot 2, like less commonly used stuff, and then 3 and 4 are available just to, I don't even know what I'll put in there. But I guess like if I go mining and stuff, I could put 4,000 ores in one slot. Anyways, that means I can put away my satchel. Satchel, you served me well. I guess books can go in second tab as well. Back on our space station, let's start processing the ores from Aurelia. First of all, I want to just make sure, yep, you're still running just fine. Right now we are still in orbit around Aurelia, but I don't think I want to be here anymore. So let's head back to the regular world. In fact, let's see. That's under Celestia, is it? I forget, Terra or Nova. One is the overworld, one is the overworld, one is the void world. It doesn't really matter which one I'm around. The one with the moon is the void world. I guess let's go back to there then. Select warp. The ore I'm most eager to process is enriched Naquadah ore, because this produces Naquadah, which makes for an exceptionally good fuel. Takes a bunch of steps to process it into a liquid, but Naquadah in Naquadah reactors produces 2.56 million EU per millibucket. Yeah. And we can right now make, I guess, maybe with a little difficult. No, we can't. We can't make the IV one yet. But pretty soon we can make the IV Naquadah reactor. And I think this will be my plan for how to generate IV power. I guess that's a use for those exotic plutonium alloys, huh? But yeah, this is a single block generator producing 8,000 EU a tick. This, I'm pretty sure it's a single block reactor. Doesn't say anything about being a multi-block. So if you burn, these fuels, it's not so great. But if you burn Naquadah, you're in business. Also, that enriched Naquadah can be used to make our diesel better. So let's process this. I could just do it the regular way, put it through a pulverizer first, right? But this that gets us 2 crushed. Let me see how much I get if I process it through with my fortune hammer. Actually, at this point, we can make a resplendent prism. A resplendent prism can get, you can roll it. Well, every time you make it, it gets different bonuses on it, and it can give bonuses to fortune. So before I break this, before I break it, how about I go make myself a resplendent prism and see if I can roll either plus to all enchants or plus to fortune on it. It's the first night since I've learned about horologium. What are the odds it's out? This is something else. Wait. No. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. If there was a star here, so close. I think this one is this or something. I guess I haven't learned it yet. This one I know. But it doesn't look like it's horologium night. Alas. 1 in 36 chance. Aha! Nope, not this one either. Alright, we'll try again tomorrow. The Resplendent Prism has random enchants when you first craft it. So let's see what we get. 2 existing venom and efficiency. That's not very good. So to re-roll it, you can just craft it again with 2 aquamarine, 2 stardust, and a bucket of starlight. Oh, I'll get a few buckets of starlight. Typically you have to re-roll these a few times before you get anything good. But when you do it here, existing unbreaking, not so good. So try again. 2 levels to protection. Ooh, 1 to multi-shot. That's actually not bad. I guess that means I shoot 1 more shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have multi-shot 4. I guess multi-shot might be... Oh, I'm not wearing the amulet. Derp, you do have to wear it. Yeah, so that becomes multi-shot 5. 1... Tough to tell how many arrows there are. I don't know. I mean, that's fine, but that's not what I'm after. I don't want multi-shot. I want all enchants or at least fortune. Another thing to keep in mind when you're rolling this, there's +1 level to enchant and +1 level to existing enchant. If it's existing, you only get the bonus if you already have that enchant on your item. So the +1 level to soulbound, if you're wearing this, everything you have actually just is soulbound, which is kind of nice. Or maybe it only applies to the item in your hand, actually. Let's see. Yeah, actually, it only applies to the item in your hand, doesn't it? Never mind. That's less good because this doesn't have soulbound. Oh well, still not even close to what I want. There we go. +1 to all existing enchantments. If you're a little greedy, you can roll for +2 to all existing enchantments, but I'll stop here. So if I wear this, then equip this, you should have Fortune 6. Haha! There's also a talent in the Astro book that gives you another level of fortune, but that's nowhere near the places I was going in the book. So I don't think I'll end up picking up that talent. At some point, I might make a second prism to try to roll for fortune, or for +2 to all and +2 existing fortune. In theory, you could get, I guess, +4 levels to fortune, right? If you get +2 to fortune and +2 to all existing, but that's your ideal world scenario, and I'm not going to bother with that too much. Anyways, let's also put runic shielding on this really quick. Now let's try breaking these ores. So I have 12 total. Let's see how many dust we get off 12 ores. If we were to have processed that in just a macerator, we would get 24, right? Because it's 2 each. Now, we would have had a chance to get some Naquadah dust, but that's irrelevant. Not like strictly irrelevant, but that's not terribly good. Instead of 24, we got 45. So it's pretty... I mean, I was expecting about 48 with Fortune 5. So maybe we low rolled. Maybe the 6th level of Fortune doesn't do much. I don't know. Either way, it's about twice as good as macerating. We definitely want to wash this ore, because washing it is how you get Naquadah dust. So let's put it here, let it go through the system. They should be distributed here for washing. After they wash, they should be distributed here for crushing again, I think. Oh no, wait, do I have to add them to a whitelist somewhere? I do, right? These are the ones that... Let's see. It's been a couple days. I forgot how my system works. I need a wrench. So I think the ones down here, these are the ones that I sift. So I have to add it to this list. And purified, what's it called? Purified enriched. Add you to there. And that should send you here for macerator. And this is a step which gives us a really nice byproduct. We add that to this filter to extract. And then the rest of the stuff automatically gets processed. And oh, this even produces more Naquadah dust. Every now and then I get like a couple seconds of nausea. And that's because I slightly underproduce LP, life points life essence for all the rituals. So every now and then they dip into my health to feed themselves a little bit, which causes a couple seconds of nausea. So I'll go ahead and process all of our enriched ore. It's let me see exactly how much. 761 plus 52. That's 813 by my count. So let's see how much it is once we hammer it all. They have no hope of entirely fitting in my inventory. So thankfully they stack to 4,000 in my extended inventory. And I guess I won't even use up one inventory slot. Oh wait, I have one stack left. Alright, let's crush this too. In total, that is 3,400 out of 813. Or about 4.17 ores per dust. Or crushed ores, rather, per full-size piece of ore. Alright, well, let's put all this here for processing now. I almost wonder maybe it's not worth doing this step. In the time I spent crushing it, could I have just mined another vein? Maybe not. Finding these are reasonably rare veins. And finding them risks crashing my computer. Anyways, they're processing now. I'm going to let all that process, and then we can see exactly how much Naquadah we got out of it. It's occurred to me that this recipe seems ridiculous. So, 1 bucket of enriched Naquadah can just straight up be burned for 1,000 times, so 24 million EU. But through this processing step, you get this fuel, which you can burn for 14 millibuckets, gets you this much. So how much do you get per 2 buckets? Let me calculate. Wait, I was wrong. This is 46 million EU per 2 buckets of Naquadratic fuel. Wait, Naquadriatic. Oh, it's not quadratic. I thought it was like na and then quadratic. But no. Anyways, Naquadriatic fuel. So I guess you do increase the yield of your Naquadah this way, but you also consume 10 buckets of nitrodiesel in the process. So how much energy could 10 buckets of nitrodiesel have generated? The 10 buckets of nitrodiesel could have produced another about 10 million EU. So instead of, I guess it is an upgrade then. These two fuels burned individually produce, what, 24 million and 10 million. So that's 34 million produces, what I say this was? 46 million. So there's a small upgrade there. I don't know. It's a lot of work for a small upgrade though. I think what I'll probably do is just, to make life a little simpler, I'll just burn it like this. Or more realistically, I'll just burn the Naquadah. At the start of last episode, we put maybe 10-15 stacks of tungsten ores through our ore processing, and out of it came over 57,000 dusts. And remember, a lot of this dust has already been processed into tungsten and its later byproduct, or its later products. So, wow, ore processing is powerful. The last of our ores are going through the washers now. In fact, they just finished in the washers, which means they should be just finishing up in the crushers or pulverizers next. And lastly, the centrifuges. And then once they're done with this step, we can count up the total and see what our yield was from just the, 800-ish ores I put through. When all is said and done, out of 800 some ores, we have 3,400 enriched Naquadah dust, almost 2,200 Naquadah dust, a little bit of Naquadah dust, and that's about it. Anyways, I'll process the rest of this ore sometime later, but this regular ore is less exciting because it just gets you these two things. Alright, well, yeah, I think that's a good wrapping up point for today. We'll come back at some later point and actually turn this into energy. But for now, it's just nice to have, We'll let it sit in a nice shiny pile and stare at it. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.